Welcome to Global News. We are here today to discuss drugs in some major hotspots around the world.
I'm Helena, and my hotspots were Brazil and Mexico.
I'm Emma, and my hotspots were Canada and France.
I'm Brenna, and my hotspots were Iran and Russia.
Solution number 1, harsher punishment for drug use. Iran police statistics reveal that 652 new drug-related cases are created every day and 30 people are arrested every hour on a drug-related charge. In 2010, Iran reportedly hanged 179 smugglers and another 65 in the first month of 2011, according to an AFP count for media reports. We found that harsher punishment for drug use will help eliminate drugs in these hotspots. This is a photo of men being punished for using drugs in Iran. Our next solution is solution number 2, border control. To reduce the supply of drugs seeping from its eastern borders, Iran has deployed 50,000 Revolutionary Guard border agents and invested about $1 billion in the land barriers. 248,000 crimes connected to illegal drug trafficking were registered in January to September in 2004. These are the drug routes in Mexico. With a better border control, these routes can be stopped.
Our third solution is to install more rehabilitation centers that offer extensive treatment. Treatment consists of only a heavily medicated detox or a course of antipsychotic medications. Drug or alcohol rehabilitation treatment centers that offer more extensive treatment are likely to use hypnotic techniques to implant the idea in the addict that if they drink or use drugs again, they will die. In this serene setting, those who have become addicted to the drugs crisscrossing the country have a chance to leave all that behind and focus on building a new, drug-free life. The Narconon Drugs Treatment Center takes each person from the withdrawal step through the thorough detoxification step and on the rebuilding of self-esteem and life skills. Through study and application, each person learns what mistakes made them fall down and how they can prevent those mistakes in the future. Life skills exercise help each person review his or her life and overcome guilt and regret. Those on this substance abuse treatment program commonly rebuild relationships with family and friends they've previously rejected. This is a picture of already established rehabs found in the Canadian region.
Our fourth solution is to increase the price of drugs. Once a system is up and running, the price of marijuana could fall to as low as $3 per gram, said Senior Health Canada official Sophie Glarneau, according to the Canadian press. But the weed will start at $7.60 a gram, the news agency notes, which is more expensive than the $5 per gram it currently sells for. The markets and prices in Brazil: cocaine sells for $12 per gram, ecstasy sells for $12 per tablet, heroin sells for $50 per gram. The price paid to human smugglers is $16,000 to the United States, and the marijuana price is 30 cents per gram. Increasing the price of drugs may promote less drug use because people will now be unable to afford the drugs. This graph shows the climbing costs for the average price increases for the top 130 brand name prescription drugs by sales. Our fifth solution is legalization of drugs. Legislators in Mexico City are proposing to decriminalize small amounts of marijuana possession, up to an ounce. Currently, possession up to a sixth of an ounce is legal. Starting this April, those small-time growers will have their licenses nullified and large privately owned weed farms, including a former Hershey factory in Ontario, will replace them. Legalization is a solution because the government officials could create their own prices on the drugs. There would be less enforcement needed to ban the drugs for Border Patrol, and the prisons would not be over-occupied with sellers and users. This digital image shows where in the world marijuana is legal. The dark blue is legal/essentially legal. The light blue is decriminalized. The orange is illegal but often unenforced. The red is confirmed illegal. The pink is probably illegal. Black varies by region, and gray is no information.
An estimated 230 million people around the world are drug users, and of those, some 27 million are considered to be dependent or drug addicts. By far the most common drug used is cannabis, consumed by nearly 4 out of 5 users. It's followed by amphetamine-type stimulants, including ecstasy, opiates, particularly heroin and opium, and cocaine. Every drug has its own specific system of production, trafficking, and distribution. Cannabis, for example, is most often locally produced, meaning international traffic is limited. Even so, the biggest producing countries are Morocco, which exports cannabis into Europe, and Afghanistan. Amphetamines are mostly produced in illegal laboratories in the countries where they're consumed, particularly in Europe and North America. But it's a different story for heroin. Afghanistan, and to a lesser extent Myanmar, are the main producers of the opium poppy, the basic source of heroin. The drug is then transported to Russia or into Europe via Turkey and the Balkans, and reaches North America via Africa or Southeast Asia. Cocaine is produced from coca leaves, which grows abundantly in Bolivia, Colombia, and Peru. Although areas dedicated to cultivation are decreasing, massive worldwide traffic still exists through Mexico into North America and into Europe via the Caribbean and Africa.
We hope our 5 solutions help end the abuse of drugs and the drug-related crimes around the world.
See you tomorrow.
At 4, live.